evening. How are we doing? Thank you for coming for the show. A round of applause to everyone. Thank you for coming for the show. Uganda Must Laugh Part 2. If you're here for Part 1 in March, put up your hand. We clap for you. Thank you so much. Yes. I hope we are okay. Are we okay? Hey, me, I like it. We gather like this. We talk about this country. Because Uganda is hard for everyone. It is hard. You see people smart, but deep down, we are stressed. That's why when you see people's WhatsApp status, their emotions are hard to understand. You see the first status, eating life. Second status, batufuzebubi. Uganda is hard, man. Uganda is hard, but there's too much crime in this country. Too much crime. Madam, do you know how bad the crime is these days? The crime is so bad, even criminals are concerned. You find thieves seated together saying, hey, now we are many. We are many. You're like, what happened? I was robbed yesterday. The crime in Uganda is bad. It is so bad, we now have so many types of thieves. There are thieves who are friendly. Madam, do you know there are thieves these days who understand your situation? I have a friend whose car was taken. He was driving Northern Bypass. You know, at night they throw stones and they crack your windshield. So you park, you think maybe it's hey, you get out. They grab this man, beat him, took the car. On their way, one of the thieves felt pain. And told one of them, he said, but we left him in a very bad place. Eh? You know there are thieves there. Let us go and help him. They came back, they found him still bleeding. They said, you are still here? He said, hey, I was beaten. He said, there are thieves here. He said, but aren't you the thieves? He said, yes, but there are others. For us, we are for 8 p.m. The ones of midnight, they kill. They had to ask him, where do we drop you? They dropped him home. They dropped him. We have very many types of thieves. Thieves these days are annoyed. I don't know why. There's a time I was in Arua. A gentleman was talking on the phone. You see in Kampala, there's an unwritten rule. Never stand at the side of the road and talk on your phone. Because these borders do 2 things for a living. They ride passengers and they steal phones. This man was on the side of the road talking, hey, Sibalaba, hey, the phone had reached the hospital. Man was there confused. We thought it was done. The thief came back, slapped him. Bam! We said, why has he slapped him? Before he knew it, the thief looked at him and said, the cover is iPhone. When you open his iTel, why you confuse the guy? You know this is misleading the public. You can be arrested. Now they are wondering, are thieves part of the public? Too much crime. Too much crime in this country. Too much crime. Do you know, even kidnapping has become a thing. Kidnapping has become a thing. But you see, kidnapping cannot work in African countries. That's what I tell people, because we are poor. Madam, you know kidnapping works. They take someone in your family, then they call you, and they say, we have your child. If you give us 2 million, we shall release it. Now, this is the moment where you ask yourself, how much would they ask for you? What is your value? Where do you learn? Because there's money people mention, and your father says, how much? 5 for Guang. I can never. Maximum 1.2. Maximum. On Christmas, 1.5. You know? What is your value? Ask yourself. But you see, kidnapping cannot work in African countries. We are very poor. You see, in developed countries, they kidnap someone's child. First of all, these are very rich people. You know, rich people have like 1 child, 2 children. In Africa, we have like 22. 1 person. Unemployed, 22. In the US, they'll kidnap someone and that's his only child. And the kidnappers will call you. They're like, Hilary, we have your child. If you don't pay us $2 million, we are going to kill him. And the Muzungu is confused. Oh my God, no, don't kill him. He's my only son. They're like, if you want us to release him, you need to bring the money. And then they give you a location. Before they give you the location, they always tell you, do not involve the authorities. If you involve the police, we shall kill him. And these people are very cooperative. They will come to that location, give the money, and they get the child. If I was kidnapped, my father is in the house today. Never. My father, never. If I was kidnapped, I say, hey, Mr. Okello, said, we have Hilary. Hey, what's wrong with him? Said, we have kidnapped him. If you don't give us 2 million, we are not releasing. You first give him the phone. They say, you talk to your father. He said, hey, Muse, he said, hey, Hilary, how are you? He said, we are here, life is hard, they are disturbing us. He said, hey, did you have breakfast? He said, yeah, we had breakfast in the morning, they gave us eggs and bread. Did you have lunch? He said, yeah, we just had lunch, they gave us rice and beans. He said, are you going to have supper? He said, yes, they are planning, they are cooking some food here for supper. He said, you are okay, you stay there. That is a burden relieved. I have an uncle whose child was kidnapped in a Leptong district. This man has 20 kids, 20. Madam, they kidnapped 1. 20 minus 1, 19. Is that a problem? That is not a problem. When they called him, they said, hey, Mr. Kwan, we have your child. Which one? He didn't even know. Didn't even know his child was missing. Which one? Said Henry. Said Henry. Oh! But that one is slow. You kill him. We have been struggling with him. He has a development problem. You take care of him. Do you know, I was reading yesterday and I found out, do you know some years back, there's a white woman who was kidnapped was it Queen Elizabeth? Did you read that story? Her name was Kimberly Edincourt, some US citizen. She was kidnapped together with the tour guide, some Ugandan. Meanwhile, that guy was lucky they kidnapped him with a white person. Because the government would have said, what are their names? Okello and who? And Mukasa. It is okay. But when they had Kimberly, they said, US citizen. Yeah. Even Donald Trump was talking, Uganda, you have to do something. Our government was on pressure. Now me, when I saw that story in the news, I was excited because I've watched movies and I know what happens in movies. That's what I thought would happen in Uganda. When they kidnap someone and you go to the police, in the US, they'll call they'll come to the victim. They say, now, madam, what you're going to do is very simple, right? You're going to go with the money, right? And when you reach the location, don't worry. We have snipers in the air. We have everyone around. We have the FBI, the LAPD, NYPD. We have everyone, FDC, NUP. They are here to support you. All you have to do is listen to our instructions. And she has something in her ear. And the police keeps talking to her. They're like, just calm down. You know, they're always shivering. Oh my God, I'm really worried. They're like, don't worry. Just we have cameras on you. Don't worry. You are safe. And there's like, it's always like a very public location, like a mall. So there are many people shopping. What? But 80% of those people are police officers. But the kidnapper doesn't know. So when they arrive, this lady comes with money in the bag. And the kidnapper is coming alone. Looks at her and says, where is the money? I said, I brought the money right here. Is it full capacity, all the money? I said, yeah, $200,000. Okay, now you're going to hand me the money. But where's my child? I want to see my baby. It's over there. You see that black van? When you give me the money, you'll go there and you'll get your child. And then you give the money. You go, you get your child. The moment you get the child, helicopters, bullets, police. The kidnappers are surprised. Madam, that's what I thought would happen in Uganda. I followed the news. There was silence. She was kidnapped on like a Friday. Saturday, no news. Sunday, no news. I said, hey. Me, I rarely watch news, but I was watching NTV Akawongezi, NTV lunchtime. I wanted to see what has happened. 3 days later, we just heard Kimberly has been released. No suspects. I said, where are the suspects? Whoa, where? Only to read the news and I realized the money was paid, $500,000. Now in my mind I was thinking, what happened? Did the kidnappers call the government? I'm sure they called the police. They're like, we have this Kimberly Edincourt from the US. We shall not release her unless you give us 500,000. The kidnappers thought that there would be an argument. Uganda police immediately said, where do we deposit? Where? They're like, but aren't you going to? We don't have time. We have things to do. Let us pay. We shall get this money from the funds. They paid. This woman was released immediately. Released. Those are the criminals we have in this country. Me, Okello, I tell people, one of my biggest fears is to be abducted. Madam, you agree with me? Fully. Because this is the thing I always tell people. There's a difference between kidnapping and abducting. You see, when you're kidnapped, they even do the courtesy of calling your family and telling them that we have your son, pay us this money, we release you. Because it is entirely a money-making business. In Uganda, when you're abducted, it has nothing to do with the money. They will not tell your family. It is you who will come back after 2 months and tell your family. They say, where were you? My God. I went with 10 toes. I have 2 now. It is you who will tell people what happened. And for me, my biggest fear about being abducted, by the way, is the fact that there are people who know me. I have fans, even in the security, whatever departments. I have fans in the police, the army. I have people who meet me and say, okay, we love your comedy. Hey, very good. The joke you did about the NUP, very funny. Very funny. Hey, but you just reduce the volume, but it's very funny. One of my biggest fears is being abducted, and you find the people who have got you are your fans. They carry you, they put you in the van. The moment you sit, the driver turns behind and says, Okello! You are the one! Not me, I saw Okello Hilary, I thought you are the one! I am the one. Said, hey, no, give him water, drink water. You man, your comment is very good. Let's first take a selfie. Then you are there, you're confused. Like, you smile now, because later you may not be able to smile. You may not have teeth. But it's a real thing. But this year, I started off on a very high note. Okello, I decided I'm no longer drinking alcohol. You can clap. Clap louder. My parents are here. Clap louder. I said I'm no longer drinking alcohol. I just want to be a bit healthy. I don't know if I'm doing well. But you see, the thing about alcohol that I've learned, madam, alcohol makes people very honest. Alcohol makes people honest. Have you ever introduced your partner to your friends when they're sober? To your friends, you introduce your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, whoever it is, you introduce them to your friends when they are sober. Even if they are ugly, madam, they will sympathize with you. And they will lie to your face because they don't want to hurt your feelings. You're walking around town 4 p.m., you're moving around with your woman, and they see you like, hey, Okello, you're like, hey, how are you? Say, hey, this must be Jennifer. You're like, yes. Hey, she's like, hey, Hilary, you have eyes. Hey, this is, hey, where, how did you, how? And you're there, you know you didn't do much. You're like, we try. Like how, and they praise her like, madam, have you ever gone for Miss World, Miss Uganda? Say, not really. You should, you really, eh? You should represent us. Say, Hilary, marry this one. Marry her before Kampala men see her. They will praise her. The same man, you meet him 2 a.m. in the club. When he has drunk 5 bottles of beer. You walk in the club with your woman, and he's there dancing, just he's like, hey, Okello, hey! You're like, hey, Brian, hey! Why do you move around with your grandmother? What? You're like, no, this is Jennifer. It's not your grandmother. I said, no, this is Jennifer, the one you met at Parliament Avenue. I said, anyway. You choose what you choose. We can't force people here. We can't. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think you're the only beholder. As long as you're happy, as long as... By the time they say start saying, as long as she can cook, it is fine. She's a clean person. As long as she's clean. That's how you know you have problems. Alcohol. This is what I think. Alcohol makes people very honest to a point where I have a suggestion. I think alcohol should be used in court. I am tired of Simanya case backlog. Judges are struggling. There are too many cases in the court. Let the witnesses drink. The case we shall have. Judges will start going for holidays. Let them bring someone like a suspect, and then there's always a lawyer there, and then they put the number one suspect inside, and then the judge says, prosecution, you can cross-examine the suspect, the what? Those of you who have been in that thing, my brother, have you been to that box? What is that box called? The what? The dog. My brother, it's like you have PTSD. What? Are they looking for you? The lawyer comes. Lawyers are very funny people. He comes with like 10 files to ask you one question. He's like, Mr. Okello! You're like, I'm the one. First of all, pick the Bible. You need to swear you pick the Bible. Like, repeat after me. I am listening. I, Okello. Swear, I solemnly swear to tell the truth. I have always told the truth. And nothing but the truth. And nothing but the truth. So help me God. So help me God. Put the Bible down. Then they start asking you, Mr. Okello, on the night of 29th Feb 2025, where were you? In this case, this man is being accused of killing his wife. Where were you on the night of 29th Feb, 9 p.m.? Where were you? I was still at work. I have been working at NSSF as a security guard for the last 20 years. That night, normally I leave at 7. That day, we were watching a movie there. With Opio, you tell them, we were there. We were watching a movie on the reception. We said, we shall not, let's finish the movie, then we go home. Me, to kill my wife, never. That woman was beautiful. She was, I can never. You will not tell me to say what I don't want to say. Never. Say, Mr. Okello, are you sure these things are being recorded? Record 2 times. I don't care. That is when the judge says, court adjourned. Your lawyer comes to you and says, okay, you're doing very well. Just maintain the energy. Whatever they say, just don't allow. So far, we are winning. Don't worry. Say that we shall manage them. Don't worry. Don't worry. They have no evidence, nothing. No problem. Hey, okay. As you're walking out, the judge says, Mr. Okello, can you come back? I said, yes, judge. What do you drink? I said, Judge, I am not thirsty. No, what do you drink? I did not move with any money. No, it's on the house. I said, government is buying. Yes, government is the one buying. I said, if that's the case. Now when government is buying, you order things you can't afford. If you have red label or black label, you can give. They're like, no, we only boo-boo, buy Uganda. Uganda. I said, okay, just bring Uganda waraj. They bring Uganda waraj. They bring a bottle. But they can't give you the whole bottle because no government things, corruption, they have drunk half. They have drunk. Someone in court drank half of it. You're like, where's the balance? Just drink what you have. Drink. You just take 4 shots. The judge says, court, back in session. Mr. Okello, go back in the dock. Mr. Okello came walking to the dock alone now. 3 people are carrying. Put him in the dock. Why? Oh. They're like, Mr. Okello, can you pick the Bible? I say, do you also have a Quran? Say, Mr. Okello, I thought you were a Christian. Yes, but I just want to swear all of them. They say, it's okay, you pick the Bible and the Quran. Put up your hands. Say, I, Okello. Okello. Solemnly swear. Solomon. Solemnly swear that I will say nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me God. God, I will help you. They said, no, so help me God. It doesn't matter who is helping the other as long as we are helping each other. Said, put the Bible down. He puts the Bible and the Quran. The prosecution, the lawyer comes back. Mr. Okello would like to confirm the previous statements you made. But why are you 4 lawyers? They're like, no, Mr. Okello, I'm 1 lawyer. I'm seeing one, say focus on one. Okay, I'll look at this one. Said Mr. Okello, on the night of 29th Feb, 9 p.m., where were you? That is the day I strangled Madam. Why? Like, Mr. Okello, that's enough. No, let me show you how I did it. And her neck was strong. I don't know why. Actually, women have strong necks. Alcohol. I stopped going to bars these days. But you see, these days, even if you stop to go to bar, people still call you. You are at home sleeping, you've decided that this month is a clean month. And somebody calls you from nowhere. Where are you? Man, today I'm tired. You start giving excuses. But the problem with people who have money, no matter the excuse, they will solve it. They're like, where are you? I said, I'm sleeping. I'm very tired. We have energy drinks. You come. I said, but I have work tomorrow. Your boss is also here. Your boss. You can talk to him. Then they give you your boss. Like, hey, Okello, you come. You say, but transport, I have a problem. They said, no, we can order Uber. They order Uber for you. You come to the bar. This is why, for me, I don't like being sponsored in clubs. When you're sponsored, it is stressful. You have like no right. First of all, they have called you. The reason they have called you is for vibe. Your job, since you're not buying drinks. Your job is to entertain people. They ask you, hey, Okello, you're from hey. Every time you sit down, Okello, why are you sitting? Now you have to stand up. Dance. Have you ever danced for so long, you start break dancing to reggae music? Buffalo soldier. Because you can't sit down, you have to dance. And the thing about being sponsored, by the way, you don't even have the right to call the waiter. Because you sit down, you cannot order until the sponsor tells you to order. You are seated, the waiter comes to you, is like, sir, can I first wait? He will call you. Then the waiter comes like, so he says, okay, I think now let us order. He says, yeah. Calls the waiter comes. Asks you, what do you drink? You're like, me just give me a Tusker Light, I will be okay. Say, Tusker Light. I don't know why people who sponsor you, they always change your order. You're like, just give him 2 Tusker Lights. Say, what is he having? Tusker, hey, you man. It is a Wednesday, eh? Whiskey Wednesday. You're like, there's something called Whiskey Wednesday. Yeah, today is whiskey. We only do whiskey. You're like, okay. Then they order, I say, bring red label, black label, Captain Morgan, whatever. Put on the table. And this is what I don't like about sponsors. They walk a lot. After ordering expensive things. After ordering expensive things, they start taking phone calls. Now you're there with drinks worth 2 million. He said, hey, let me come. Now you're there stressed. The waiter comes. They want to open the bottles. Like, can I? Wait. Like, sir, I can't. Wait when he comes, then we open. You only tell him to open what you can afford. You open the Renzori. Open. Because you know that guy. He can easily come back and say, let us go. Say, first open the water. I drink the water before he comes. Because he can easily come and say, let us go. We have something to do. Now they open the drinks. You start drinking, partying. But you can't sit down because your job is to add vibe. You have to. Every time you sit, why are you sitting? I'm here. You're there dancing. You've finished all your dance strokes. Serious dancing. Now this is the thing that I hate about being sponsored. You can't even talk to women. Because you have no right. Everywhere. If you pick a woman in the club and the sponsor likes the woman, he will just thank you for a job well done. You're there drinking, you see a chana, you're like, hey, you call her, you're like, hey, So you go and talk to her like, hey, so what do you do? As you have a quick conversation, you bring her back to you. No, you can't. I don't know why broke men are always talking about how they have a table. Like, no, we have a table. You join us. He has not bought anything on the table. We have a table. We have whatever you want, we have. So you come back with a woman, you're there talking, hey, you are exchanging numbers. The rich guy is there on his phone, then out of nowhere, he's like, hey. Said, yeah, this is Rachel, I just met her. She's a really lovely woman. Said, ah. Then he comes to you like, Okello, you're a very good person. You're very, That's why I like you. Rachel, if you don't mind, you can join us. And Rachel looks at you, is it okay to go? It's not like I have a choice. You go. You go, let me dance. Too much stress. But it's one thing I've learned over time. There's no group of people that enjoy the club more than women. Women and Hiya, Baz. There's no group of people that enjoy the club like women. Women enjoy the club. Do you know, from all my years partying, I have learned one thing. It is only women who are allowed to dance together, my brother. In the club, it is only women who can dance with fellow women. You've seen it in clubs. Women like real dance queens. Only women. Men can never. You find women dancing, and then as they're dancing, a very nice song plays. Oh my God, Jacqueline, that's my song. Woo! And then Margaret bends over like this. Jacqueline grabs Margaret, and they whine, and the whole country is okay with it. Everyone is okay. It is not an issue. If anything, they on off the back and see them, they're like, hey, those women have vibe. Give them beer. They even celebrate what they are doing. Men, we can never. However nice the song is. Never in your life. Are you there dancing with your friends? Like, hey, you man, but for me, I think, man, this year we didn't do well, but next season, hey. Then the DJ changes. Like, hey, that is my song. Hey. Then you grab your friend, like, yeah. You man, I have children. Let us respect one another. Let us respect. Everyone will say, hello, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because the country is not okay with it. I like going to bars. I like going to hang out once in a while. But I always tell women, if you're going to go out for dates, go with men who can provide. Madam, the message is for you. Because I see you came single. If you ever go out with men who provide. Do you know why? Because a man who provides, no matter what conversation you're having, the bill cannot interrupt the conversation. You are having a sweet conversation with your man, and the waiter brings the bill. The bill doesn't interrupt the conversation. You've gone out with this man and you're talking. And you know these men who are rich, they're always discussing serious things. Like, so baby, what are you doing? What is happening in your life? You told me you're still at campus. And I don't know, God is very funny. You know, God always gets successful men and gives him nonsense. He always gets a very useless woman. No brains whatsoever. This man is trying to change her life. So, I'm into real estate and, that kind of business, but I'm trying to really expand across the country. And, I want to find ways to help you. So, like, what are you doing with your life? You told me you're at campus. Yeah, I'm actually I'm at MOBS. Like, so you're at university? Yeah, Makerere University Business School. And she's doing, those expired courses. She's doing one of those courses that the National Council removed from. All right, so what did you say you were studying? Disaster management. Yes, SWASA. Social works and social administration. Like, okay, but I feel like you should probably venture into, things with AI, because AI is really becoming a big thing and maybe it could work. Yeah. For me, actually, I think agriculture intelligence is good. Said, yeah, AI. Yeah, that agriculture intelligence. The crops grow alone. As you're having that conversation, the waiter brings the bill. No matter how many zeros are on that bill, that man is not fazed. Yeah, so I feel like you should actually probably try, you could even go to Johannesburg, or go to the US. I don't know what states in the US you'd like to go to. Any, whether it is Zambia, whatever states. Me, I'm ready to go. The waiter brings the bill. Said, excuse me, sir. It's like, yes. Puts the bill on the table, 500 pounds. Like, no, it's fine. Thank you. And he continues talking to you. If anything, he's disappointed about the bill. It's like, 500? Okay, this place is quite cheap. I thought it's a bit. But, next time we'll go to a better place. And then he continues talking to you. Go with a man. When both of you are suffering. Both of you are in low income. All of you are low income earners. Both of you are the reason our GDP is not going up. Useless men. First of all, they discuss nonsense. You find them there talking. Yeah, me, I think that cow of Sila Kasumba is not hers. You can't. She doesn't have a job. We don't know what she does for a living. And you buy a Range Rover. It is a lie. It is not real. And the woman is also there. For me, actually, my favorite musician, Gloria Boogie, very nice. I like her. That's what you're discussing. Then the waiter brings the bill. The bill becomes a problem. Said, yeah, for me, I don't. Like, excuse me, sir, can't you leave people to talk, eh? We have come for a night out. We are talking. Can't we talk? Said, I just wanted to give you the bill. It is, but you don't just disturb us like this, eh? Just be, They always turn it as if there's the correct bill behind. This is the one, that's the one. Okello, why did you drink mineral water? Why? I said we have water at home. We have. But have you realized broke men always start giving the business advice? Have you noticed? They start giving the business advice. But water 5,000. You people, your place will collapse. You'll be there. I was telling them, there was a place called Paradise this side. It closed. Water was 2,000, they increased to 3,000. It closed. We shall see next year if you'll still here. We shall see. Then he walks out very disgruntled. I don't even like the environment, the atmosphere, and the music. Money. Me, I have a very bad relationship with restaurants. I have a very bad relationship. I remember I was growing up, I had an uncle who used to like to be, those people who want to be rich, but wealth is running from them. You know those people? He always has like one expensive thing on him, like his shoes are 100K, the rest. My uncle would always come home, finds me like, Hilary, how are you doing? He said, I'm okay. He said, when is your birthday? I said, next week. He says, don't worry, I got you. On my birthday, he would come and tell me, Hilary, let's go out. I said, where are we going? He said, let's go, choose any hotel. Somebody who doesn't have money is telling you choose any hotel. I said, let's go to Sheraton. He said, don't worry, we go to Sheraton. I didn't know my uncle had a plan. He would move with a dead cockroach in his pocket. So when we reach the restaurant, he tells me, Okello, order the most expensive thing you can get. So I pick the menu. You know when they tell you order the most expensive, you start looking for things you don't know. Like, what is this? Seafood. Oh. Well, this one I don't know. I thought seafood is a mokene. It's not there. start picking things. Jack what, Caribbean what. You order expensive things. You are eating, you are happy, but you're also surprised. My uncle has brought me out to this place. Now, this is the trick he would use. When we are about to finish the meal, he would call the waiter. But just before the waiter comes, he gets the cockroach. He puts it under the matoke. So that by the time the waiter comes, he can use it as a complaint. The waiter would come and like, waiter, come! We have things to do. We have things to do. It's like, excuse me, sir, I'm very sorry. Bring the bill. Bring the bill. We have. Like, it's okay, let me bring the bill. You bring a bill. Then he turns the matoke like this. They go, are you trying to kill me and my nephew? Said, excuse me, sir, you are not seeing the cockroach. Said, oh my God, sir, I'm very sorry. I don't know, maybe it was an error. Maybe it was in the kitchen. No, you need to be serious. This boy will grow up. He can become a president. You want to kill the future president? In my mind, I'm like, no, you cannot be a future. We are where we are. We cannot, this is unacceptable. No, Hilary, get up, let us go. And I'm also there playing along. You want to kill us? We cannot allow. They even call the manager and apologize. The manager comes out, sir, we are really sorry for what happened. No, this is unacceptable. I have traveled the world. We have been to very many restaurants. I don't even know why you call yourself a 5-star. I will not give you a review. This is dangerous. Sir, we are really sorry. You don't need to pay for the bill. It is on us. We are very sorry. But anytime you want to have a meal, we can compensate. Like, I will not even come back. You are lucky. I can call the police. Sir, we are very sorry. And then we leave. That birthday is successful. We did it 3 times. The 3rd time was the problem. Imperial Royal, I'll never forget. We ordered food, eating very well, everything was okay. That day, I think he didn't kill the cockroach well. Have you stepped on a cockroach and he still keeps moving? I think he was in a hurry, he didn't kill it very well. When we reached there, he ordered food, we were eating, everything was okay. Called the waiter. When the waiter was coming, got the cockroach, put it under the matoke. The heat under the matoke was unbearable for the cockroach. The cockroach said there are better ways to die. But not through burning. The cockroach limped its way out of the matoke, fell down, disappeared. Without any of us noticing. My uncle was here throwing tantrums. Waiter, come! Bring the bill! Say, we are going to bring the bill. Bring the bill now! And the waiter comes like, yes, sir, I'm bringing the bill. Yes! You people need to be serious. When we ask you for the bill, bring the bill. Then he put his fork under the matoke, hoping that when he turns it, he'll see an insect. This is unacceptable. You people have to be... Said, yeah, sir, can I bring the bill? Give us 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes. Just confirming something. He looked at me as, okay, have you seen the cockroach? I said, which cockroach? The one I normally put. Said, you did not put it. Said, I put it under the matoke. 1 leg has remained here. Do you know how weird it is to start checking under people's tables? Sorry, excuse me, we're just looking for. Did you see anything? You didn't? Okay, sorry. Sir, how are you? We are very sorry. We're just looking for a cockroach. You people, the first time in my life I washed 1,000 cups. Do you know what it means? To wash utensils for 3 hours. It's serious. But of course, a quick thank you for all of you. Thank you for coming for the show, guys. Thank you for coming for the show. I know things are not okay. Madam, when you are driving, what speed did you use today? What speed? 30? 30. You're still fearing. Electronic punishment. Punishment? Penalty. Penalty. It's also a punishment. Electronic penalty scheme, mobile system. Those of you who don't know, there are cameras that have been installed in many roads in Kampala right now. If you drive above 30, they take a photo. You drive on the bypass above 70, they take a photo. You're on the express above 100, they take a photo. Sometimes they take 2 photos to confirm. It is serious. For me, Hilary, this is what I think. I think one, we need to add more road signs. Some of them, it almost feels like it's intentional, like the plan is to trap you. Have you seen those? Sometimes you're on the road, you're looking for the speed limit. You are driving, where's the speed limit? Where's the speed limit? Where's the speed? But they have put the speed limit just behind a tree, close. All you see is 0. You're there driving, the speed limit is 0. You're like, where's the other digit now? Now you have to choose a safe limit. Let me just do 10. Let me just do 10. You don't even step the acceleration anymore just to be safe. Driving has become hard. For me, this is what I think. I think EPS, I'm okay with regulating speed because it's one of the #1 causes of accidents. But the fines are exorbitant. It's too much money. It's somebody they send you an SMS of your salary. 600,000. You just drive back home. You don't go to work. So you man, where have you reached? I come and do what? Let me just stay. I'm unemployed now. The fees are too expensive. But this is what I believe. If it's going to apply, I want it to apply to everyone. Me, a common person, whether you are an RDC, whether you're a minister, no matter who you are, as long as you're Ugandan or you're driving on these roads, if they capture, you should pay. That's why the people I can't wait to see are the people who will do the follow-up calls at Ministry of Works. You haven't paid the money after 72 hours. And then there are people, there will be like a tent at the Ministry of Works, a call center, like 20 people making calls to everyone who hasn't paid. Those are the people I want to see because I think there's going to be a lot of funny things happening. They call everyone. The supervisor is there saying, hey, guys, let us call everyone. Make sure they pay the money. And they have everyone there. Me, I like my people from the north. Because northerners, this is the thing about northerners. If you give us some power, just small power. Just give us some authority. Just some. We do not care who you are. We shall tell you you need to pay the money. So they'll find one gentleman who has worked at Ministry of Works for like 20 years. He's a cleaner. What? They're like, but Odonkara, you've been here for how long? 20 years cleaning this place. Said, but we should promote you. You've been a very good person. Yes, me, I'm honest. I do not lie. I talk the truth to everyone. You gave me the job. They say, can you talk to clients? I can talk to clients. They give Odonkara a call center. They give him a list of numbers. They say, call everyone, no matter who they are. Tell them to pay the money. He calls a random person. He calls the first person. Number goes to then you pick. Hey, hello? Said, hey, this is Odonkara. I'm calling you from Ministry of Works. I'm here to remind you to pay your money. They're like, yes, yes, you are there acting as if you don't know. We demand you 2 million. Pay the money. If you don't pay in the next 48 hours, we shall command the police to impound your vehicle. Like, but sir, I was just driving. I was going to the village. We had a burial. The dead are dead. Why are you rushing to bury someone who died? We shall not tolerate. Me, I am a Christian. I talk the truth. Pay the man. He takes that one. Take. He calls the next person. Random number. 07. Enters the number. Said, hey, hello? Said, hey, hello? This is Odonkara. I'm calling you from Ministry of Works. I'm here to remind you, we demand you 3 million. Said, but you know, for me, I'm fighting for the government. I don't care who you're fighting for. Said, but do you know who I am? I don't, let me see your cafe. Chagulanyi Robert. Said, yeah, people power, our power. I don't care where the power is. We demand you 3 million. You need to pay the money. Said, but my people, on that day, the police was chasing us, so we had to drive. It is okay, but the police that was chasing you was driving under 30 kilometers. For you, why were you doing 70? First pay the money, we shall discuss the rest later. Chagulanyi pays the money. He calls the last person. Now he sees this number that he has never seen in his life. You know most numbers you can see, and he says, this is Airtel, it's MTN. You see the number that starts with Ash. He calls the supervisor. Supervisor, there's one I don't understand. It starts with ash, then star. He said, you call. I told you call everyone. He said, but I don't understand it. It's even in italic. Call everyone. He says, don't worry. Enters the number, hash, star, 022. What? Now this number he calls. You know when you call big people, the call is forwarded. Your call is being forwarded to the Ministry of Security for screening. Said, I will wait. You will pay the money. Forward as many times as you want. You will pay the money. Please hold the line. Odonkara holds. Even said, you bring what I need. This one might be a serious one. The call is forwarded like 3 times. Then at the end of it, they say, finally you have reached the call, but please be informed that your call is being recorded for security purposes. It is okay, record. Me, I'm talking to everyone today. The person he calls answers, Aru. Said, yes, hello, let me see. Joel, you are going to pay the money. This is Odonkara. I'm calling you from Ministry of Works. We are following up on people who haven't paid money in 72 hours. We have checked here. We demand you how much. Yeah! Joel! 5 billion in 2 days. What are you driving? We are still busy with the PDM. I don't care. You first leave those pigs alone. Leave the animals alone. We demand you 5 billion. And you're always driving in Nakasero. Nakasero, where do you stay? Do you know who you're talking to? I don't care who I'm talking to. They told me to call everyone, and everyone has to pay the money. We demand you 5 billion. You have not paid. That is when the supervisor receives a phone call. Odonkara is here and say, you will pay. I don't care who you are. You will pay the money. Do you know who you are? I don't care who I'm talking. You will pay the money. We just hear the supervisor whispering there on the phone. I'm very sorry, sir. We apologize, sir. It is my fault, sir. No, we shall fire him, sir. He's a new worker, sir. No, let me work on it, sir. Okay, sir. Odonkara is here making noise. He sees the supervisor saying, I just. Odonkara misunderstands the supervisor. Says, even my supervisor said, today you're finished. You will pay all the money. After making all the threats, Odonkara now has to enter the details of the person. In fact, you tell me, read for me your name, because we need you. You are one of our biggest people, biggest penalty people. You read, CM, 44, yes, 44, okay, FA, okay, enter. So, your word, whoop! Your Excellency, good morning. I was telling you, I'm very sorry, it was a problem. But don't worry, we shall just change the Joel and we put Joel Senyonyi. Don't worry. This 5 billion is a little money. We shall distribute it. We give Chagulanyi 500,000. We give... That is how we shall be at home and we receive fines. You're there seated at home, your car is in the park, you just see an SMS. Ding-ling! We demand you 1 million. 1 million! You call Minister of Works. I was at home. They say, yeah, we are paying for someone. You just pay in order to balance the books. Yeah, that joke is for here. Let us agree. That joke is for here. We shall delete it in the video. EPS. But Ugandans are very quick. There's a photo I saw of a camera facing up. Did you see that photo? In my mind, I was thinking, if these cameras are not configured well, they will capture even aeroplanes. You'll find Odonkara calling British Airways. Said, this one here. Okay. Hey, hello? Says, hello. Well, thank you for reaching British Airways. You want to book a flight? Book a flight where? We demand you 2 billion. Said, excuse me, sir. You we shall not allow. Lugongo bypass, you are doing 600 kilometers per hour. Said, excuse me, sir. Not in my country. You will pay the man. You EPS on our roads. Ugandan roads are some of the most interesting things that I find in this country. There's an unwritten rule at Karuma Bridge that most of us know at birth. When you're born like this, you know your mother, you know your father, and you know that at Karuma you don't take photos. There's nothing written there that no photos, no what. As a Ugandan, you just know. Now the problem is there are people who are not Ugandans who don't know. And which is very challenging because Karuma is a very beautiful place. Beautiful sights, you see water, you know, the falls, beautiful. So you're tempted to take photos. But as you're approaching the bridge, if you take photos, a soldier will see you and they'll call the person across. And they say, that Toyota wish, there are people who are taking photos. When you reach the other side, they interrogate you and say, hey, watch out, hey, you people, you are taking photos. You know this is a security issue. Then they remove your phone, delete all the photos. They even go to recently deleted, delete. They make sure you have not seen the falls. There's a time we were traveling with a white woman. Yay! We were in the car, she was so excited, like, oh my God, this is a beautiful, beautiful view. I just want to capture. I said, do not. I said, no, it's really wonderful. You know, I just want to show people back in the UK. I said, you just tell them, don't show them. I said, but I'm a tourist. It's my right. I said, you do your thing. I do not. She picked out the phone. She started recording the video. A soldier saw her. They called people the other side. Me, I was just there saying, let us wait for the movie. When we reached the other side, they started interrogating, hey, you people, you are recording? I said, this one. Because me, I don't want slaps for free. I said, this one. And she was very confident, saying, there's nothing you're going to tell me. It's my right. I'm a tourist. I'm here on a tourist visa. I'm here to enjoy the country. They said, you can't enjoy without taking photos. I said, but I want to show people back home what I've seen in Uganda. I want to talk about the country. You can't talk without showing photos. I said, you go watch. I started speaking. When a soldier switches from English to Swahili, it means he's no longer listening to you. Nakupiga wewe. I said, piga wewe. It is about to begin. This woman insisted, I will not delete the photos. I will not give you my phone. I will not. She was still doing, I will not. A slap came from nowhere. What? You know, there's a normal slap. Then there's a slap of a soldier. Do you know they slap this woman until she learned a new language? You know they're slapping you and you learn Luganda. They slap you and say, you can learn Luganda. But they slapped her and she learned Luo. They slapped. She was just, I will not. They slapped. One come to Karakara, make a matka, Makachalari, okay. We need the Papa, we don't need the Papa. I looked at her, I said, you know, I said, a poya. They do what good at your later. This is serious. But that's the thing about white people have rights. They have rights. Have you seen the thieves in the US? There's a video I saw of a lady who went to a supermarket, picked a lot of stuff, and she was walking out without paying. Walking out, pushing the cart with goods that she hasn't paid for. And I was watching this video on Facebook. I was like, and the security guard who was there was a black man. He was not happy, like, excuse me, madam, you need to pay for all those things. Like, I'm not going to pay for anything. I got kids at home who I cannot afford to pay. The healthcare is off the roof. I cannot pay for them. The government has to take care of me. It's my right to feed my children, blah, blah. I said, but madam, you really need to pay. And you can't even hold her. You can't. If you touch, oh my God, you're touching me. What are you doing? Now, the people who are there, I was surprised. They were on the side of the thief. There's a white man in the back who was saying, just let her go. It's not a lot of money, just let her go. She's an American. And I said, because in Uganda, for us, if there's a thief, that's an opportunity. Because as a Ugandan, everyone here is carrying anger. There's a time you were robbed in like 2002, but you've never had a chance to beat a thief. So the moment you see a thief, that is opportunity to bring out all your anger. This is how serious Ugandans are about beating thieves. You find people walking around in town, people look serious, official. Somebody has a briefcase, he looks like a lawyer, is going for a court case, whatever. Somebody looks like he's going for an interview, but as he's walking, he just hears, Omubi, where? There's a time I saw a priest, a Catholic priest was walking. We said, Mubi, he said, where? We said, Father. It said, the Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. Where? Let's first beat the devil. Ugandans were ready to beat thieves any time. To a point where we first beat you. Then we ask why we are beating you. Find people beating a thief. Wait, watch out. How do you do this? This is unacceptable. Stealing things. Hey. Somebody just comes from nowhere and steps you here. Wait, thieves, you're stealing things. Hey. After beating you for like 30 minutes, he comes back and asks, so what did he steal? What exactly? They're like, he stole mangoes. Mangoes? I already broke his neck. Mangoes? Okay, but were they ripe at least? Were they? Everyone is ready to beat a thief. Sometimes there are people who come when they're beating a thief and they try to, reason logically. And they try to defend the thief, saying it is out of the law, whatever. Until they realize what the thief stole. And it reminds them of what was stolen from them. You're busy beating a thief. Wait, we cannot allow. This is unacceptable. Then a lawyer comes from nowhere. Guys, this is against the law. Eh? Just call the police. The police will handle this. Katumukube, let us show him. No, you don't have to show him. The law will show him. Take him to court and he'll be convicted and he will serve a sentence. Where? Let me teach him today. You don't need. But why are we beating him? Said the man stole iPhone. You even start looking familiar. Where did I see you? I've seen you somewhere. This is the first time I saw a thief call police. The thief himself. They were beating him. He said, at least let me just call police. Let me. Said, I'm here. I'm about to die. Oh, man. But Uganda is doing great. There's a story I read some time back about Uganda exchanging. We got 2 tigers. Those of you who have gone to the zoo, we have 2 tigers. Are you aware? There's a time we exchanged tigers for monkeys. We gave South Africa 20 monkeys. They gave us 2 tigers. That's how useless monkeys are. It's like Ugandan shillings. $1, 3,800. 20 monkeys went to South Africa and we got 2 tigers. And this is the thing I find interesting about those exchange programs is I feel like even as animals, we as Ugandans, the stress we have, even animals face the same stress. The same way you as a Ugandan, you want to leave this country. Even animals, any opportunity, they are very excited. So you find animals at Entebbe Zoo there, but they're like, but one day, we shall be free one day. So when those 20 monkeys went, the remaining animals were like, if only I could get a chance to go to like Sweden, Denmark, if only. Because it's what they call the Wildlife Association of Zoos, where they do exchange programs. You can give animals to Denmark and Denmark gives Uganda. So Ugandan animals are there saying, one day. But sometimes your prayers are not answered. Now imagine as an animal, you start realizing that, I've had news that they are going to take some animals. So you start behaving very well. Then that day you see the zookeepers coming, they catch you, they start putting tags on you, they're putting you know you're going to Entebbe, they put you in the aeroplane, they put you inside, you're excited. Plane flies in the air, you're like, finally we have left Uganda. Your prayer is to go to Europe, only to land. And you're in Namibia. You're like, another country, another African country. You'll be stressed. But now, what I really like is the animals that will end up in Europe. Those animals, because of the suffering you've gone through in Uganda, those animals in Europe are very cooperative. They cannot risk their visa. Those are the animals. Have you seen those animals where they say a child fell in the place where the lion stay, but we were very surprised that the lion carried the child and brought the child back to the parents. And the news reporters are there saying, oh, these animals are really well trained. We were also surprised, but we also told that the lions were just brought from Uganda 2 weeks ago. Those animals, if ever they interview them and they ask, why did you eat the child? He said, me, to go back, never. We are here. I'd rather eat cabbages, but I cannot risk eating and they send me back. Oh, man. It is serious. It is serious. But if there's one thing before I leave stage, if there's one thing that we should celebrate, it is the Ugandans who lift up this country. And there's one Ugandan in particular. One Ugandan in particular. His name is Joshua Cheptegei. I've said this and I'll say this again. For me, I think Joshua Cheptegei has reached a point where he deserves a road in Kampala. This man deserves a road. Because there are some roads you see and you ask yourself, who is Wilson? Who is Wilson? You know those roads, Huntington. Oh, De Winton. Who is De Joshua Cheptegei, he deserves a road, and not just any road. For me, I think they should give him a road that matches what he does. They should give him like the express highway. Joshua Cheptegei Expressway. So that when you're coming and people are waiting for you, wait, the plane is about to leave, where are you? Ndiku Joshua Nzija. I'm on Cheptegei, they know you are rushing. But I like it. I like what Cheptegei has done. And especially people from the east, you know, from Kapchorwa, they have represented us when it comes to running. Kiplimo, Kiprotich, all of them. To a point where me as Hilary, I cannot wait for the day when Uganda Matters celebration will be led by Kapchorwa Diocese. Because these people can run 400 kilometers in 30 minutes. You know, we just had Uganda Matters celebrations. Who are leading this year? Lugazi. You know, when you're leading, you start walking very early. When it is like Nebi district, they start walking like 2 months before, so that they reach Kampala on time. When it is Masaka, they leave, you know, like a month before to reach here on time. When it is in Barara, they leave like a year before. They leave during Mother's Day to arrive on Mother's Day. Because you know Banyangole can't run, you know that. They cannot. I have said this and I'll say this again. Banyangole, the only running they know is to run the country. That's the only running they know, is to run the country. When you walk around Kololo, you find Banyangole running, you is walking, you're faster than him. And he's there saying, today is very hot, just go and sit down. Just go. You are walking. But we had some who would force themselves in running. I remember in school, sports day. When you sports day, you'd be excited because you knew that day you have one opportunity to change your diet. Because sports day, they would give us cow's meat or goat's meat, the winner. So you leave the dormitory with hope. You leave the dormitory, you're like, guys, let's go to the football pitch. We watch the games. You reach the sidelines, you're excited. You ask your house members, who is running for us? And the names they give you hope. They're like, who is running? Chelimo is running. You're like, hiya, boss. You know that day you're not eating posho and beans. Because Chelimo cannot lose that race. But you come to the sidelines and you ask your house members, who is running for us? They're like, I Nebiona. Who? They're like, I Nebiona. The one I know, there's another one. So the one you know, Senior 2 East. There's a way they give you false hope. They're like, he has been training. You let us wait. And then the race begins. You know, the sports teacher always stands behind the people running. On your marks, get set, pa! They start running. I don't know why. The most useless person is the one who starts with energy. 16 laps, but Inebiona is running as if it is 100 meters. He has left everyone behind. He has finished half of the pitch. And everyone is surprised. Even his own house master is like, yeah, my boy. Finishes one lap, everyone is like, just maintain the stamina, keep going. You can do this. We are surprised, but keep going. Finishes one lap, come back, second lap, like, keep going. The energy is good, maintain. He goes. Third lap. The group starts catching up with him. You start seeing the distance reducing. And everyone is breathing, struggling for his life. But they keep saying, just maintain the energy, just maintain. He finishes by the fourth lap, and everyone cannot breathe. Now he reaches a point where he can't even talk to you, because now he has to choose between talking and breathing. What is more important? He's on the fourth lap, he passes all of you. Are you okay? Tell us. Okay, fast go, you'll come back. That's the sixth lap, comes back, they're like, okay. Fast go, you'll come back. Goes seventh lap, they catch up with him. And everyone can't tell you what happened. It is his colleagues who tell you what is wrong. And everyone talk to us. And everyone say, Chelimo, what is happening? He needs cold water and glucose. And the race ends when the winner is Chelimo. And we are happy. But you see, this is the thing that I've always found amazing, is that all these people who run for us, do you know that they are in security departments? Do you know that? Kipro Teach, I think, is a police officer. Kiplimo is a prisons warden. They are all in security. Now me, Okello, I feel sorry for the criminals in this country. Imagine if you manage to escape from Luzira Maximum Prison. As a criminal, you have watched Prison Break. And you are inspired by Michael Scofield. And you manage to escape from Luzira. And the person chasing you is a 5-time Olympic gold medalist. There's no way you're winning that race. There's no way you're reaching home. You escape from Luzira, you're running for your life. And the head of prison services, Biabashaija, calls Cheptegei. Says, hey, Cheptegei. Biabashaija, what is the... But I don't know why Cheptegei is very successful, but his voice is very small. What is the problem? Hey, we have an emergency. We have a problem. What is the problem? Said, yes, we have some inmates who have escaped from Luzira, and they are going very far. Said, now what can we do? Said, no, I need you. Where's Kiprimo? Said, we are just here in Nambole. We are practicing for Olympics. We are about to start practicing. Said, no, I need you to come right now. Let us go and get them. They have gone very, very far. Where have they reached? They have gone far. We really need you now. Where have they reached? They have now reached Matuga. Matuga. Here, just here, Matuga. Said, yes, so we really need to, let them first go. Let them. He will even give you a head start. Let them first go. You'll run for your life. You reach Luwero. You're very excited because you are eating posho and beans. You reach Luwero. If you know Luwero there, they find chicken. What? So you're there ordering chicken with excitement. You're like, do you guys have chicken? They're like, yes. They're like, but why are you in yellow? Say, don't worry, just. How much is a thigh? Say, thigh is 4,000. The wing is 5,000. Said, give me 2 thighs. The moment you say 2 thighs, you hear a small voice behind you. Even me, I want 2 thighs. You turn around and say, Afande, you're here. Don't worry, let's first eat. Afande arrests me, says, no, I'll catch you in Karuma. Let's first. He uses you to practice for Olympics. Olympics. But this is the thing I've never understood. I don't know why white people are still competing with Africans. It has never made sense to me. Long distance races. I don't know why. Other things we allowed. Short put. Any game that is useless. Short put. Swimming. Me to fall in water. To show you that I'm... Come and we run. Javelin. By the javelin, I'm even surprised Africans were not good at javelin. Because that's how we used to hunt and what. I don't know. See, man, there are some weird... You've seen those races, see, man, just speed walking. White people only. You'll never find an African there. Because after like 1 kilometer, like, let's just run. Let's just let us see the winner. We don't have time for such things. It's on running where we shine. That's why for me, every Olympics, I'm just waiting for the long distance races and marathons, because I know the top 5 will be the same. Kenya, Uganda, Somalia, Ethiopia. Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia. The flags are the same. You can even predict in advance. But you find white people on the line with confidence. When the race is about to begin, they always pan the cameras on every athlete, and they read their rankings, their previous races, The camera pans. So like, of course, ladies and welcome to the 2022 Olympics. And of course, right there on your screen is a gentleman, Kipchoge, all the way from Kenya. Wonderful athlete. He just won, of course, the World Championship last year. Came second, of course, behind Cheptegei in 2021. But tonight, hopefully, he'll be challenging for gold again. And just right next to him, the panel camera moves. That is the man of the hour, of course, representing the Pearl of Africa, Joshua Cheptegei. 10-time gold medalist. He's won the Junior Championships in 2019, 2018. They read, as the commentator read until he stops breathing. He read, of course, he won in 2018 Junior Championship. 2019, of course, he came second. But of course, 2020, he came back and reclaimed his championship. And of course, 2020, he again won. And 2022, today, surely all bets are on him. Uganda is watching. We'll see what happens. And then they go to the third person, some random white person. And of course, that's Jean-Pierre from France. And of course, next to him is a gentleman from Ethiopia. Because there's nothing to read about Jean-Pierre. But Jean-Pierre is there with confidence, stretching. Today is going to be a very good race. I feel like today we are going to do very well. You're going to do well. You're between a Kenyan and a Ugandan. You're not. Oh, man. And the race begins. And you've seen Africans, by the way, they are never showy. You've seen those. By the way, this is what I've realized. The people on those lines, you can know someone who is unserious. They always. But Cheptegei is just there like this. The most he can do is just. But let the race begin. You will know. You will. And then they take off. The race, of course, you know how it will end. Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya. Same flags. As if we are surprised. We are not surprised. Same flags. And at the end of the race is how you know that Africans, we are different. Because at the end of the race, always those journalists come rushing to the athletes. Say, all right, the race has just ended, of course, right now. And we got a gentleman all the way from the United States. Oh, Mr. Jackson, how are you doing? And there's some black American from the US. And he's very happy for a poor performance. Mr. Jackson, of course, talk to people in the US are right there watching you. What you got to say? Hey, yo, man. Oh, yo, man, for real, though. Woo! Damn, man. Well, it was quite challenging for real, yo, but you know how we do, United States on top, yo. We killed it out here, number 10, yo, number 10. Oh, man, for real, dog, yeah, represent New York City. He's happy for number 10. They leave Mr. Jackson, they come to some Canadian who was also in there. Of course, we got Peter Peterson, we got fans watching you from Canada if you want to talk to them. Water. And they bring water. Like, how did you find the race? It was quite challenging, for real. But I feel like we did our best, Maybe next time if I practice more, I trained for 2 years, but maybe if I train for 5 years, I could do better. But, the other athletes are really good, But, I'm going to take it home, best in my country, number 12, But it's one of my best world records. As they are wasting time with Mr. Peterson, they see a small gentleman running with a flag, black, yellow, red. And of course, Mr. Peterson, thank you so much. Oh my God, we got the winner of the race, of course, Joshua. Joshua, if you could just join us. Joshua, I don't know why Ugandans, we are always scared. We're always suspicious when they call us. Joshua, if you don't mind joining us, what have I done? No, Cheptegei, I am not in NUP. I am not. We don't even know what that is. If you could just join us on stage. What is the problem? No, you are winner tonight. Please, yes, those watching from Kampala, of course, this is the king of the hour, your man, Joshua Cheptegei. He won last year, and this year he came back and defended his championship. Joshua, I'm a big fan of yours, and right now over 2 million fans are watching you live back in Kampala, back in Africa. The whole world is seeing you right now as the person holding down the crown of the 10,000 meters. If you could just talk to people back home, tell them how you inspire those as well who are back home. And maybe for me as a fan as well, I want to know, what do you do? What does it take for you to come here and be a winner? And Cheptegei holds the microphone. This is how you know that Ugandans are different. Cheptegei holds the microphone. Yeah, well, first of all, it was short notice. I was there sleeping, and my manager called me, said, Joshua, you are running tomorrow. I said, tomorrow? How comes I was not aware? And I even had malaria. I said, I have malaria. I don't know if I'll be able to run, but I know that God is only the one who will show me the way. So I came with my malaria, and I have won. Thank you. And this man wins with malaria. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming for the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had fun.